Well, good Wednesday morning. Thanks for waking up here with us on this cool October morning here in the North Carolina High Country. And we welcome you in to another edition of Real Estate Review. It's brought to you each Wednesday at this time by Mountainscape Realty in Jefferson. And this morning, calling in from Mountainscape Realty, a pleasure having with us Scott Kroc. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well this morning. And beautiful fall weather we're having.
Yes, indeed. We'll certainly take it. The foliage beginning to show up. A great time to be living here in the North Carolina High Country.
Absolutely.
We're featuring a different topic every week on our real estate review. And this morning, the topic, land and lot sales and what buyers and sellers out there need to know. And I know you got some really good tips this morning.
Well, yes, I know that Joe has talked about the last couple of weeks overall market conditions and home sales and that sort of thing. And I thought we'd bore down a little bit into raw land and building lots, just because main reason being that this beautiful fall weather is eventually going to turn to falling leaves and a more open landscape across Ashe County and the surrounding areas. And that's an excellent time for buyers to be looking at land. They can see the slope, the terrain on the land. If there's rock formations, they're visible. If there's possible views as they look out through the trees, they can see those views without having to cut the trees first. Know where they may want to place a home and that sort of thing. And there's also things that sellers can do this time of year, or they should know that this is a good time to have their land on the market, because people do come specifically to look for land in the late fall and in the wintertime. And our market conditions for lots and raw land are a little bit different. It's almost two different, well, it is. It's two different markets. We have a lot of building lots on the market, kind of about a 2-year supply of building lots. So if sellers are looking to sell their lot, there's things they can do to make theirs stick out versus all of the competition. And then on the raw land, unrestricted parcels, we don't have nearly as much inventory, so sellers ought to definitely be interested in putting their land on the market if they're thinking about it. And there's some things that they can do there too to make their land stand out. And it's a little bit of a different process when we're talking about land sales than it is when you're buying a home, or even for a home that's on a lot of acreage, because again, the people who buying that home may be as much concerned about what the acreage looks like or what they can do with the acreage than they are with the home itself. So we want to make sure that that's communicated out there as sellers think about putting their land on the market.
Okay, Scott, sounds good. Well, pretty much out of time this morning, and as we wrap it up, as we've done the past couple of weeks, how about some contact information for Mountainscape Realty in Jefferson? I'm sure we have some listeners out there looking to buy or sell on this October morning. Will you pass that along?
Yes, absolutely. If they're interested in talking to us about the land sales, buying or selling, septic permits, surveys, how to make sure that the land is we have so much land that's handed down here in families, and once that land leaves the family, there's some things they need to be aware of to make sure that the title search is going to go smooth. If they want to know more about that, they can call us at 336-846-8979. Of course, we have a large presence on the web. Just Google Mountainscape Realty, and you'll see our website. Fantastic information on there on land searches and to help them find what they're looking for.
Okay, thank you so much for calling in this morning. You have been listening to another edition of Real Estate Review, brought to you by Mountainscape Realty in Jefferson. Scott, we hope you have a wonderful Wednesday here in the High Country. You take care.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Well, good Wednesday morning.